this is my only ride for the week because my lungs aren't feeling it and it's been cold and I'm just not feeling it. I forced myself out for a ride after doing some projects with my husband. Gave myself about an hour and a half, not quite an hour and a half before sunset. So it can't be super long. So for my winter biking challenge that I started for myself, I have to bike at least 10 miles a week. And so today I have to bike 10 miles. I don't have a choice. I can do it. I just don't want to. But I can do it. Have you ever felt like you don't fit in no matter where you go? So lately, I've been thinking about how I don't fit in. I mean, I've always thought that, but the ladies that I work with are, well, very different than me. I'm the odd man out, and they tell me that all the time. That's fine. I know I am. It's obvious. But sometimes I'd love to have a place that I work where I feel like I have something in common with people, but I don't really know that I ever have. And I've worked at a lot of different places, or just have friends that I have something in common with. I don't have a lot of friends. I love to do things. I love to do a lot of different things, but it just always ends up being by myself, and that's fine. I love my company, but you know, and also time just doesn't work out for a lot of things. But this past weekend I went to an art show opening with a friend who has a piece of art in the show that we went to. I love to do a lot of different things like biking, hiking, camping, painting, anything that involves the outdoors, really, on the water, on land, and creative stuff. I like to do a lot of different things, and there's not one hobby of mine that overlaps the hobbies of people that I work with. And I love to talk about what I love to do, and they don't care. To put it bluntly, they don't care, and they don't tell me that, but I know they don't. So I try to keep my mouth shut, but every once in a while I start talking about something that I like, and I'm like, I don't care. They don't care. I just want to talk to somebody. But even those who I do have something in common with, say biking, I don't really fit in with that group either, because I don't go out there to try to break any speed records or personal records or distance records or anything like that. I'm out here getting some exercise, some fresh air, enjoying myself, and I want to stop and take photos or videos. I want to enjoy myself. I have what I feel like most of the time is a high-paced life, and I'm not out here trying to make more stress for myself on my bike. That's the opposite of what I'm trying to do. And I don't know anybody that bikes with that mindset. I know a couple people online, but I've never met them in person. Never had a chance to bike with someone like that. I have a few friends who paint like me, except for they're well off enough that that's all they do. And, you know, they don't have a lot of other obligations. They don't have a full-time job. They have other obligations, everybody does, but they don't have a full-time job. So they're able to go to painting retreats or workshops or sign up for plein air painting competitions together. And while I do have that painting in common with them, I don't have the time or the money to do things like that. That's okay. It's just, I don't get to share in that kind of thing with them. I'm different. Everything feels like that. I have something in common with people, but I just don't fit in. There's always some reason. And maybe it's an internal thing. Maybe everyone else feels like I do. And it's me who feels like I don't. I'm not really sure. I don't know if that really made any sense. I probably didn't even make a full thought in there. I don't feel like I fit in anywhere. And I'm okay with that. I never have fit in. And I kind of like it that way. Even in my family, my siblings tell me that I must be adopted because I'm so different than them. Not that they're all the same, they're not. They all have their own interests and things they like to do, but I don't know. For some reason, I'm just the one that has to be so different that no one can believe we're related. My husband and I, we're nothing alike. We are polar opposites. It drives me crazy sometimes, but that's probably a good thing. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I am different. No matter where I go, I'm gonna feel different. I'm gonna feel like I don't fit in, and that's okay. Most of the time it doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I'm kind of proud of it. But then there are other times where I just wish I could fit in for some reason, somehow. Maybe someday I will. Maybe someday I won't. It doesn't really matter. But hey, if you feel the same way, just know you're not alone. There's other people out there. I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. I wasn't sure once I got out if I was gonna want to go until the sunset or just the 10 miles. And I opted for just the 10 miles. But I do feel better now that I've done my ride. And talking about not fitting in helped me to pass the time while I was in the point where I just still did not want to do this ride. So that's good. That one's got one antler. Wonder where he dropped the other one. Oh, that one's got a injured foot. Poor thing. It turns out that I really only had time for 10 miles anyway, because the sun is touching the mountain and it's gonna go down behind the mountain in a couple minutes. So I'm glad I turned around when I did. I will see you next time. And until then, get outside, breathe fresh air, even if it's cold, and don't forget to be yourself.